Can you describe like how you ended up on the Winter Hill gang case, and then what you found in this box?
Well, I was on the cold case squad at the time, and I want to say it was like 1997, 1996, and our lieutenant walked by me, and he dropped a cutout, a little snipping of a newspaper article about a court case going on in Boston, and he goes, "See what you can find out about this." Now, the case was originally handled by a detective named Shelton Merritt. Shelton had long since retired, um, and Shelton had warned people before he left, do something about this case. The FBI is involved with it. There's crazy stuff going on, and he put evidence tape around the case file, which nobody ever does. Nobody does that, right? Um, so when I went to check on the case, I went to the room where all these old cases are kept. The evidence tape had been broken, and the case file had been ransacked. I mean, it we take great care to put our case files together in certain order and all that. This stuff, everything was out of order. Somebody had gone through this thing the way a burglar would go through somebody's, dressers during a burglary. And so I spent the better part of 2 days just putting it all back together so I could read it, make sense of it.
Where was this box? Was this box in Boston?
No, it was in Miami. We have a large uh, building called the Property Room, which adjoins our property. It's on the same lot, the same site where our headquarters building is, and everything that is all the evidence that's awaiting trial is kept there. But we also have a second floor where there's old case files that are kept, and we kept them there for the purposes of if something comes up on one of these cases, we have easy access to it. We can just go across the parking lot and get it and bring it back. And that's where all our old case files are. Unsolved cases are there, and that's where it was.
Who do you think tampered with that box?
No idea. In order to get up there, you have to get past a a screening in the parking lot and identify yourself in the parking lot as to who you are and what your business is. And then once you're inside, you have to sign in and have some credentials. Nobody without any law enforcement credentials is going to be allowed to go up there and look through things. Um, so it's either someone from our police department, which I don't understand why they would do that, what they would need from it, um, or it's someone from another agency. Uh, and I certainly don't want to accuse the FBI, but they were accused of a lot of things during this whole thing. So I'll go ahead and say it might have been the FBI too. Um, it was a very complicated case, and it was complex within the ranks of the Boston FBI office as well. And I won't go into all that because it's just voluminous when it comes to the who's and what's and wherefores. There's books written on the subject, several good books written on the subject.
I'm just going to say, I don't think, not that anyone we're ever going to know who went through this box, who did that to that box, but I don't think you, me, and probably anyone watching would be surprised if we found out that it was the FBI. I'll just leave it. I'll just leave it at that.
Well, and I'll just add something to that. When I told Shelton, I called Shelton and I told him that I found the case file in this condition, and he immediately thought it was the FBI as well.
What's interesting is Grits. I take it was a nickname of the guy who was before you on this case. He told you to in quote unquote watch your ass, didn't he?
He did. He did.
Why did he tell you to do that?
He strongly believed that the FBI was hiding and or protecting Whitey Bulger. He's not the only one that believed that. I'm not so sure I ever disbelieved it. Um, And the reason for that was, had Whitey been caught, he was going to spill a lot of information that was going to disparage the Boston FBI office in a big way. And so they believe that, the FBI would have taken great pains to stymie any efforts to further the investigation and catch him.